I think I forgot to put on my microphone. So I am going to try sharpening these lathe tools and kind of see how these ones look. Can you guys hear me okay? And then the spindle gouge. I was trying to use this one the other day, and yeah, similar to the other one I was just showing you. Seems like this one has been sharpened around here, but not on the tip. So, all right. Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Hey, Mike, thanks for being here. Johnny, Billy, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, so let's bring you over here. So the sharpening apparatus that I'm planning to use. This is the wreath base that I was working on the other day. The wreath stand base that I was working on the other day out of cherry wood. All right, so this is what I used the other day for sharpening that skew. But I am going to try these guys because that way I can bring the sharpening to the tool instead of bringing the tool to the sharpening. And I think I'll start off with a 400 grit. Maybe I should start with 200, but I'll start here. And let's see. I think I'll start with this gouge here. All right. And I'm going to use a little window cleaner as my lubricant, as I often do. There we go. How's the family? Doing well. Thanks for asking, Billy. All right, so I'm going to just try to find an appropriate angle here and go to town. So I'm just trying to rotate the tool a little bit. As I'm going on the stone, the diamond stone here. And this is the 400 grit. All right. Let me add a little bit more light here. A bit more index. In this the other direction. All right. Seems like it's making a little bit of progress. Maybe I should have started with the 200 grit. What do you guys think? Oh, thank you. Now there's sound. Hey, thanks, Melanie. Hello, hello. Yep, there is sound indeed. I was oh, not thinking earlier. Talking through each of those lathe tools and how rough they were and in dire need of sharpening. And none of you heard any of that. But I picked these lathe tools up from a garage sale a while ago. It's carbon steel, not high-speed steel. So in theory, they should be easier to sharpen than the high-speed steel tools, but they don't retain their sharpened edge as long as the high-speed steel. The other big option is carbide tools, and that's not what this is. And if I can't get these guys to work well, then I will be picking up some carbide tools for hopefully cheap. Todd over at LJ Woodworks was telling me about a set available on Amazon for it works pretty well for like $30. And I asked him for an Amazon affiliate link because I would like for him to get compensated for his assistance. All right. Feel like we're getting closer, but you know what? I'm getting tired of the 400 grit. So if I can get that out, I'm going to switch down to the 200 grit and see if we can make faster work of this. A little bit of window cleaner for lubricant. Hey, that feels like it's doing something. Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it. Those of you in chat, how many of you have used a lathe before? And you have, how many have sharpened your own lathe tools? I'm just adding some lubricant every time I feel like it's getting a little too dry. So it feels a little bit more coarse. This would be a lot quicker to do on a grinder, a bench grinder, but I don't have a bench grinder. So this might be quicker than trying to go out and find a bench grinder, acquiring said bench grinder and bringing it back. Getting close there. And for those of you in chat who do not have a lathe or have not used a lathe before, how many of you want to? Hey, we are almost there with this one. I'm just feeling to see if there's a burr on the other side. And in the middle, there's still not. Just flipping the stone around so that I'm not constantly using the same spot, and also because this side has a little bit more lubricant still on it. Okay, getting close. I pretended to a few times so far. Yeah, I understand that. That's what I was doing the other night. Appreciate your help the other night, by the way. Come on, gang, smash that like button. Yeah, I agree, Soldier. Can't chat in class. Wanted to hit the like. Thank you, Soldier. Appreciate it. This is the necessary evil of being able to turn on the lathe is getting sharp tools. So you can either buy sharp tools or, like I did, buy dull tools and then sharpen them yourself. Or, as I tried doing the other night, buy dull tools and then have them be really rough and not work that well. So I guess I don't have to sharpen, just if I want it to work a lot better, then it needs some sharpening. Getting so close. I probably could have just gone with a secondary bevel on this instead of trying to reform the whole bevel. And that would have been quicker. But I figure, why not? Actually, to be honest, I didn't really think about doing a secondary bevel earlier, or I might have done that. The benefit of a secondary bevel is that instead of sharpening this whole area, I focus on a steeper angle right in this area here, right on the cutting edge. So then I don't have to remove as much material to get to a fine edge or a nice sharp edge. So if I thought about that earlier, I might have done that instead of working on this whole thing. But definitely feel a burr there. Not quite in the center yet, but on each of the sides. I don't know if you can see the burr that's forming there. So close. I feel like I'm I'm going to cheat and just do my secondary bevel now. What do you guys think? Let's see. Melanie hasn't used the lathe before, but do you want to use the lathe, Melanie? That's the big question. Hey, B, thanks for being here. Let's see. May offer sharpen often, way more often than originally speculated. Yeah, um, that's probably a good idea. This is my first time sharpening, so I bought these tools used, and they were in pretty sad shape. So they are getting a first sharpening. I'm hoping not to have to sharpen, daily, but hopefully they retain an edge longer than that. But future sharpenings shouldn't take nearly as much effort as this, because I'm having to reshape the edge because of whoever the prior owner did this. I'm guessing on a bench grinder. You can remove a lot of material really quickly on a bench grinder, which can be really nice, and it can be really bad, because number one, you're shortening the life of your tool. Number two, if you're sharpening it at the wrong angle, then you get there a lot faster. You make it a lot worse a lot quicker. Okay, just about there. All right, I'm going to call it good on the 200 grit. I'm going to go back to my 400 grit that I was using earlier. And I also have, let's see, what are my other grits here? I'll look in a second. The glare is not permitting me to see what exactly those are, but these shouldn't take nearly as long. All right. Call that good on the 400. Next is 800, which this kit says is fine. It's fine. It's a fine grit. Well, I was hoping to get through all of these tools in about an hour, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll get through as many of these as I can in the time I have, and then I'll have to finish the rest later. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. In the chat, tell us where you're watching from. And again, if you've used a lathe and if you have sharpened your own tools. And if you have any tips for me on sharpening, something I can do better than how I'm doing it now. Okay. Not getting nearly as shiny as I'd hoped, but let's just move up to our 1500 grit. And it might just be that I'm not good enough to do the sharpening. After the 1500 grit, I was just going to do the leather strop. Turning the stone around here so I can sharpen from the other side. Yeah, I mean, that's not great, but I feel like it's a lot better than it was. All right, so let's see, I'm going to try stropping like that. So I'm just trying to turn the tool as I go. Not sure how well I'm capturing this on camera. You know what, I'm going to do this a little differently. Let me break out the old Moxon device. And so I don't have to hold the strop. I want it a little bit proud of the surface here. That should be secure. All right. So now And is this live? Yes, it is, Tim List. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Blew my mind doing the math. Piece has a 6-inch circumference. Your lathe is 2,100 RPM. Tool is cutting 600 feet every minute. Imagine your hand planes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So frequent sharpening is probably important. Hey, Mims, thanks. Hypothetically dole a tool out in seconds. Yeah, probably. Tim List is in Ohio. No lathe, but I sharpen my own planes and carving tools. Nice. And hello to everybody. All right. Tim, you mentioned you sharpen your own tools. Do you have any like carving tools, like gouges and stuff that in theory would be sharpened similar to this, which is I think a continental gouge, I think is what Todd from LJ Woodworks was telling me the other day. I'm trying to get the right angle, not a right angle, but the correct angle, I should say, so that I'm hopefully polishing the right places. Seems like I'm mostly getting up there. Maybe I'm not getting far enough over. I just heard a beep here. I'm not sure why. Did you all hear it too? I'm not sure why I'm wearing my headphones right now. They double as ear protection. Actually, I do know why. It's because I was watching some other live streams before I went on. And I just didn't think to take them off. All right. Got a little bit of a shine there. You guys see that? Still have a burr on this side, but I'm not really going to worry too much about that. I think those come off pretty quickly once you start turning. And in fact, might be beneficial. All right. I'm going to call that one good for now. So maybe it's not that good, but we'll find that out if and when I turn. So let's go to our next. Let's see, which one should I clean up next? I think I'll do this narrow skew, I guess. Looks like a 1/2 inch skew. So I'm back over here. And see, Mike is in Texas. He's a beginner, but hopeful. Let's see. Yes, I do not use a stone unless they're damaged. Okay, so just straight to the strop. And Mike, to be fair, he's multitasking, working. Nice. Hey, Roy, thanks for being here. Doing fine, doing fine. Anyone used, Tim asked this, anyone used a hand plane for spindle work on a lathe like Raja does? I definitely have not done that. I am scared to do that. And I'm going to remove my headphones while I'm thinking about it. And Roy's been making cars. Nice. Yeah, Johnny's, I would hurt myself if I tried. Absolutely, I feel similarly. All right, so I need to go back down to my 200 grit, which is this one. All right. In theory, this should be easier to find the angle because it's flat. So I'm wondering in the chat, how many of you are watching in horizontal view? So, so your screen is like this, and how many are watching in vertical view? So your screen's more like this. Hey, Calvin, I see you there, tagging me in the chat. Let's see. Nobody should compare themselves to the absolute beast that is Raja. No kidding. Raja is freaking crazy, man. Tim, how are you? You making toy cars? Very nice. Pendants for my bride. Nice. Johnny, do most turnings with carbide, even bowls. Still learning traditional tools. And Mike, Raja ain't even watching what he's doing half the time. So much muscle memory. Yeah, he is. He is a little crazy with his lathe. Awful. Try to catch lives, but having a span of time to watch everyone's videos. Sorry. Hey, no worries. I'm on mobile, but in horizontal. Hey, no problem. Sorry, dude. What's up? Hey. Yeah, Calvin, what is up? You going live today, Calvin? And if so, at what time? Calvin's over at Dad's Workshop, does some fun stuff. He's done lots of woodworking stuff in the past. Built a bunk bed, and he's been doing a lot of leather work lately out of hides that he's salvaged from roadkill, and I think he took care of some nuisance squirrels recently, and so he's been taking care of that leather. If you want to go check out Dad's Workshop, especially if he's going to be going live today, I'm sure he'd appreciate people popping in and hitting the like button and engaging in chat, subscribing if you haven't already. There are a lot of great channels represented in the chat. Let's see. Oh, Johnny, you're watching horizontal, but would rather watch vertical. So my vertical feed, so this is the dual format that YouTube can do automatically. And so the vertical feed is only getting like the middle third of the horizontal stream. So the horizontal stream, you're getting more data, although I can understand you wanting less data from me. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be making much progress, but maybe it is, and I'm just not noticing. And this is on the 200 grit, I think. Let me double check. Yep, 200 grit. So this should be removing the most material, should be the fastest. I've heard that the lathe tools can be somewhat forgiving. So as long as you're close, pretty good, but I'm not sure how true that's going to be, especially with these guys. I mean, I would like to get the whole surface there, but it looks like there's a lot in the middle that's just a lot lower. But as long as I've got the edge on both sides, that's what I'm most concerned about, right? So I'm going to move on to my next grit, which is 400. You don't see the vertical feed? So the vertical feed on this, the way they do this, the vertical feed is only visible in the shorts feed. So you would have to be scrolling through shorts, find a live stream, any live stream, and click on it, and then start scrolling through the live streams. And you should be able to find this one. But when people are doing the dual format live, the horizontal is the only one that shows up on the YouTube homepage, or if you go to my YouTube page, to my channel page, this is the only one that would show up, is the horizontal view. The only way to get the shorts view, or to get the vertical view, is if you're scrolling through the shorts. So if you're actually looking for it, it can be a bit of a chore. If you're just scrolling through shorts and you see a live that interests you, then the idea is that it improves discoverability. What I like about doing it this way is that I can still have horizontal view footage that I'm capturing that I can then repurpose for long form videos. But I still have the vertical. I still have visibility in the vertical space. It's not great though, because even though this is a new feature from YouTube, and usually YouTube pushes their new features, for whatever reason, they do not push out the vertical view of dual streams very much. They're supposed to be working on it to see what they can do differently to make it more worth the creator's while to be dual streaming. But last I heard, they don't have that figured out yet. Hey, Cedar Growbox, thanks for being here. Let's see. One day, going to get from a lathe an off-center jig from Niles bottles toppers to do more pendants. Oh, cool. Don't think I'm in the vertical feed. Sorry, no, not in the shorts feed that I see. Don't see the vertical feed. Well, it says that I've got a vertical feed going um, in my YouTube studio in the back end here. But let's see. Triangle orientations. Yep. Be dear, smash that button. Yeah, smash the like button, subscribe. Thanks, leader. I agree. Everyone should do that. Mike says Cedar absolutely wrecked me during his live. I'm stealing a safety glasses reminder. Remember your eye protection because you can't hear boobs. Oh, so that from KMT or Ricky and the Boss. Nice. Found the vertical. Ah, nice. You're sorry that you found the vertical? I can understand that sentiment. I can indeed. Ah. Let's move up to the 1500 grit extra fine. And I need to put it on the right direction so that the abrasive part is facing the tool instead of the name part. Not very abrasive though, because it's just 1500 grit. This live stream might be good for those ASMR folks out there that really love the sound of the diamond stone on the steel. All right. So still not great, but I'm going to take it to the strop. And try to give you a better view of the strop as I bump the camera. And let's see. Got Wes going. Was Wes live too? Let's see. Still that. Okay, and again. Hear you great. And again. Yeah, hear you great. Awesome. Got to get clear coat on one table. Got on the next on the bench. You give up. Can't find it. Hey, no worries. Like I said, you're getting more actual video here, but it's a matter of needing abrasive. All I have to do is talk to your chisels. They'll sharpen themselves. Yeah. Yep. Anyone else going live today? I asked Calvin earlier. I didn't see his response. But yeah, is anyone else planning to go live? And if so, what time? All right. It's gonna. Let's see. I just kind of wipe that guy off a little bit. Well, still not great, but mostly better than it was. That side's better, but again, still not great. All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm beyond the time that I was expecting to be live today. So I'm going to have to get these other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools sharpened another time. So thanks all for joining the live, and anyone else who's planning to go live, if you didn't already say, better hurry and get it in the chat. It's showing up blue, but it's not clickable. Okay, Pelado, who knows when? Yeah, Johnny, okay. I would say I plan to, but I suck at plans. No surprise there. Got to run. All right. Hey, I'm going to take off to you guys. Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it. Those who, oh, let's make this taller. Something like that. Thanks for being here, everybody. And what in the world? Oh, just had some painter's tape fall from the ceiling. A little crazy, but anyway, see you all next time.